I don't. To be fair, I'm really proud about how I handle it now. There was a time when I used to really get upset over it, or I'd take it to heart. It's a bit like when I post psoriasis stuff on Instagram. Anything psoriasis related on Instagram, I will lose followers in the droves, like literally 20 in a day, if I'm lucky. And that used to really bother me. But then I realised, well, I was never going to change their attitudes anyway, because they weren't even willing to entertain a photo. So now it just doesn't bother me. So I block and move on. I don't call them out. I don't screenshot, because it gives them the attention then their tiny little minds clearly crave. So I just move on. Also, in terms of family keepers, Joel. Yeah, I know. And also, they don't realise the impact or the effort that goes into planning families. You know, I've been on sulfasalazine since I was 12 years old. And that took us over 2 years to conceive. And we realised it was the sulfasalazine, which is well known for like lowering sperm count and things. Just temporarily. You stop taking it, comes back. And people don't realise you've got all this planning, and you're doing it with your doctors, and you're trying to find out when the safest time to do it. And then you've got all the concerns about what am I going to pass on, and the percentages of them inheriting your psoriatic disease or your arthritis or whatever it may be. So all this stuff goes on into your mind, and it isn't like you just wake up one day and say, right, let's start a family as a disabled dad. So you do all of this stuff, and then for somebody to then call you out because you can't make one commitment and try and say, well, you knew what you signed up for, it's just like, wow. So it really is wow, because it's like, do you not consider there's so much planning going into this before you even start a family as a disabled parent, as there would be any parent? But you know, there are other things to consider in our situation. So yeah, I find that really depressing when people don't, you know, because I've got no issue if people want to ask questions, but to basically say well, you don't deserve to be a dad then, or whatever the comments were. I stopped reading them after a while, and not consider the thought and the consideration and the fear that goes into starting a family when you've got a condition that you know could be inherited or passed on.